I'm going to talk about 7 ways that you can make extra money by teaching your art in some way. This is very much exciting for me because we are hosting our first ever Teach Your Art Summit. This is a question I get asked all the time about teaching, about running workshops, about how to make extra money alongside selling art because there can be periods of no money coming in. And what do I do in those quiet periods? And sometimes artists have come to me because they genuinely feel lonely and they say, I miss being around people. And actually, teaching and running workshops or community can actually really connect you back to your art practice. It can also help you really figure out who you are as an artist, enhance your own work. I mean, there's a quote, I can't remember exactly what it is, that the best way to learn more about yourself and your own practice is to teach it to other people because it really helps you delve into what it is that you actually do. So, in this episode, we're going to be talking about different ways that you can make money alongside your art to help infuse your creativity. It might also be that you don't sell your art and this becomes your full-time thing, which is what's happened for me. And another reason why I'm so passionate about sharing this, because I always thought that my destiny was to be an artist and to sell my artwork. And now I've realized that that's not it. It's part of who I am. It's part of my creativity. But actually, my passion comes from sharing with others, from being a content creator, for bringing people together, curating information. And that's enabled me to continue my art practice. And my art practice is very much a big part of all of this. So I know for those who are really feeling stuck in a non creative job too, this could be your ticket to staying in the creative industries. I know for me, when I graduated from art school, that was one of the things that I was dead set on. I want to stay in the creative industries. I have just worked through my degree and I was going for jobs in like warehouses and, just like the complete extreme opposite. And I just remember thinking, no, no way. I want to stay in the creative industries. And I've been determined to do that. So I want to share some ways that you can make extra cash by teaching. And when I say teach, I don't mean standing up in a classroom, and it can be, but standing up in a classroom with a cane. That's what I have in my head. That's terrible. I'm not tarnishing all teachers, by the way, with that outlook. And there's nothing wrong with standing in a classroom delivering content, by the way. I'm making fun of that. But for me, that's my idea of like I always wanted to give back and share, but I never wanted to be in a classroom. I don't know what it is, but it just makes my toes curl. And I think it's maybe because I don't know. I don't know what it is. This the whole pressure of standing up in front of a group. I can do this and I can talk to camera. But when I had to go into the Brownies recently to talk to my daughter's group, I crumbled. I was like, and I was hot and I was sweaty, and and then at the end they were like, "And so, do you have questions for Michelle?" And they were all looking at me and they were asking me hard questions, and I was sweating. Now, for some people, that's a dream, that to stand up in front of people is your way of teaching, maybe. But for me, it definitely isn't. It's not being in a classroom, it's not standing up in front of people in that way. It's about sharing. And when we think of the word teach, it's about sharing something that you know with someone else. And that's it. And it's really basic form, which is why I've called it the Teach Your Art Summit. So at the point of recording this, we'll be hosting the event very soon. The link is below if you want to join and sign up. It's free. And we've got 15 incredible speakers coming in to do talks on different ways that you can teach your art, and not just teach it, but sell it as well. We've got the day broken up into how you can teach, and then we're looking at different ways you build your audience and community to sell, and then systems and technology as well. It's going to be a super event. And so, different ways that you can teach. Number one is through a event. So you can host an event or a workshop, and it could be a small scale. So it could be 4 or 5 people in a room, And during the summit, we're going to be teaching you how you can do that, because sometimes you can get venues for free. But this is a great way of, sometimes it can be with friends and family, and it can be so informal. So it could be that you are creating a social art event where you just put a load of materials on the table and people come in and they pay $5, $10, pounds, come in, and you're not actually teaching anything, but you're just creating this amazing space where people can get to know each other and play. Or you are doing a demo of some kind, and it could be how to loosen up in your sketchbook. So there are so many ways that you could host a little informal event. And this is such a super way, especially as you start to grow as an artist, and you'll find that people start to follow you and they're interested in your technique, or they're interested in you as an artist. So you could definitely create events in that way. Super simple. These are what we'll be covering in the summit. Another way is community. So you can set up your own community and make money in this way too. So an example, there's a few examples of this. So building a community means then that you have people to sell to. So once you've started to grow your own community, which could be on a platform, it could be in an email, but it's a way that you've got connection to a group of people. And once you start to build and grow that community, it might be then that you become an affiliate for other people's courses and you sell those to your community. So sometimes teaching doesn't even need to be through you directly. It can be that you're going to teach others through somebody else, and you're the gateway, you're the curator, you've got the community, these people have a common interest, and you find people that already teach related to what these people know, and you become the affiliate for that and the bridge between those people. And so you're facilitating, but you're helping to teach these people through other people. So you don't even need to be the person. And that's how I started United Art Space. I wasn't the person in the beginning. I was kind of curating. And so that's an amazing way. Another way is through a membership. We've talked a lot about this recently on our profiles. I run a membership. I've run multiple memberships over the years. And a membership is where you have a community subscribing to your platform on a monthly or 6 monthly, 3 monthly, annual basis, in return for resources or community or something in return. If you're an artist, sometimes it could be just even related to your art and people getting to know you better. But as we're talking in this summit about teaching, we'll be sharing examples of how you can create a membership that literally is really simple. And it could be that you're bringing people together with one resource that comes out every month. I've just seen somebody amazing doing a journaling membership. So every month they journal together, and it's simple. That's it. And they do release a journal prompt, and they've got hundreds and hundreds of members. And so that becomes recurring income coming in for you as an artist. And also, if it's to do with your own practice, it's what you're going to be doing anyway. You're going to be journaling anyway. So that's another way. Another way is a course. So creating some kind of program. Again, I've done many of these. So you create a transformation for people, and it could be an in-person course, so you do it over every week over a certain period of time. So there's a transformation at the end of the 6 weeks. They might be learning how to make a clay head, for example, and they come to your studio over 6 weeks. So they're coming to do a program, and at the end they have their clay head, they go away, they're happy. Or it could be online, and it's an online course. So my friend Sharon teaches this, how to make a clay head, and she has a series of 4 videos, releases a video every Monday in the community, pre-recorded, shows how to do it, has a PDF download, and that's it. And she just keeps it really simple. It's just very, very simple, and that's released every week. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, it finishes and it closes down. and it's delivered in a short way. So that's a really super way. And with a course as well, what is amazing is once you've delivered it and you've written it, you've got it there. You can sell it on Evergreen, which means you just sell it all the time. So it's on your website and you point people to it and there's just money coming in from it. Or you teach it live and you run it when you need a cash injection. So if August is a low month for you in terms of art sales, you could run your program and it's there, it's already done. So once you've recorded it and you've got it, it's an asset that you've got up your sleeve that you can sell anytime you need to. And you can run that multiple times a year if you wanted to. Another way is paint parties. So this one blows my mind, but you can make a lot of money by hosting a paint party. And so this one's super fun, and join the summit to learn more about this, because a good friend of mine, Heidi Easley, is coming in to do a talk, and she's releasing the most amazing talk on this and how you can host paint parties. So the idea with a paint party is you have an artwork and everybody is creating the same artwork, and you provide all the materials and the space. But we've seen paint parties kind of explode and people make a lot of money from them. So that one is an option, and that is like a super fun. Again, not for everybody, because but you can keep it small as well. You don't have to have a massive paint party with like millions of people in it, but you can have a small paint party. So Heidi Easley is the person for that. So she's coming in to do a talk on that one. Another way, which has blown my mind recently, and I have amazing guests, Christelle and Stefani, coming in to do a talk on how you can set up an after school club. So this is great if you have children and you're struggling to juggle everything, and maybe you're paying to put children into after school club or after school care. Christelle and Stefani are teaching people how to run after school clubs. I mean, you don't even need to have children to do this. You can run them anyway, but perfect if you do have children and you're trying to juggle, because a lot of parents have started to run these after school clubs because they can put their own children in them too. And it's making them a lot of money, a lot of extra money. And so this can become a full-time business, and it has done for some people. So Christelle and Stefani are coming into the Teacher Arts Summit to share how people have started to create after-school clubs and share the exact steps of how you can get started and turn this into a big thing. So that again is something that you could do that is out of hours as well. It's after school, doesn't eat into the daytime. And you can make, honestly, tune in, because I can't believe how much money some people make from these after school clubs. And then finally, another one. I think this is the final one. I think I've done 7 now. This one's an interesting one, blogging. And so you can make money teaching people through blogs. And so again, we have Francesca coming in to do a amazing talk on blogging. And so with blogs, what I find interesting about this way of teaching, and I guess you could do this through any way of writing too, is that you can teach through a mode where you don't need to be visible, where you could write and create a blog. And so you don't need to be the front facing person, where you're creating amazing content through written mode. And through that, what you do then is you have your links on your blog that point people to your courses or point people to an affiliate link, for example, if you're affiliating for somebody else. Blogs can be a super way to make more money from your creativity, teaching people tips, and then if people want to go further, there's a link to something else. And so, but also with blogging, and this is what we're going to talk about in the Teacher Arts Summit, is sometimes the blogging will also lead to opportunities and different ways of making money, not just putting a link and selling. There's different ways that you can benefit from blogging as well. So we're going to be covering that in the summit too. So there's some lists there. So to get your juices flowing, just to think about, is there something that I said there that you think, paint party, that would be great? Or no, I'd prefer to be behind the scenes. I don't want to be partying with anybody. Blogging sounds great because you can put my images in my blog, and we have ChatGPT now to help us with our writing skills. Maybe that would be more interesting to you. Or a community, a space where you have people with a common interest. Is there something in all of this that piques your curiosity? I'd love to know. Let us know. And please do join us for the Teach Your Art Summit, where we're going to be hosting this incredible event talking about this in more detail, but also giving you access to the resources that you need to make this happen. So it's exciting. I'm really, really happy about this event and how it's coming together. So click the link below to learn more about the event and ask us if you've got any questions at all. Take care. Bye.